So I was thinking, when I was watching Binging with Babish make his carbonara, his real one, his knockoff one, why don't I just make like a really shitty one? Just like a complete and utter garbage version that costs like $0.00. So we're just gonna make college carbonara. That's gonna be the name of this, because why not? This is the new house, by the way. I moved. So what you're gonna need is some chopped off hot dogs, some butter, couple eggs, ramen noodles, because why not? I'd prefer pork, but I only have chicken right now. And then Parmesan cheese, the grated kind that comes in like a little tub. Now, I know what you're thinking. That stuff costs like $5, Chris. What are you talking about, you animal? But you see, if you go to Domino's, the next time you get a Domino's pizza, you can ask them for a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese, and they'll give it to you. So that's free right there. So anyways, you know the drill. Boil water, saute up those hot dogs, and I'll go ahead and come back once that's done. So in order to keep this as cheap as humanly possible, I'm using S-Bar hot dogs, which I think were $1 a pack, and we're using 2 of them in here. You're going to need a healthy amount of butter, and by healthy I mean a very unhealthy amount of butter in the pan, because normally you render down pork fat to make this, but hot dogs, while containing a lot of fat, don't render out much. So you're going to need some butter in there as you saute it. And I'm recommend throwing in some garlic, minced or powdered, whatever you got on you. Both of them are dirt cheap. So you do you. Boil down your noodles, and I'll come back once we get into the next part. Now, in a bowl, you're definitely going to need to go ahead and put your shredded fake cheese in there. Dump a little extra in just to be safe, because I think you're supposed to have like 4 ounces, and I think this whole tub is 8 ounces, so that's probably enough. Just put some in. Then you're gonna need 3 eggs and an egg yolk, which I don't even think this bowl is gonna be big enough to put all this in, so this is gonna be a real fun time mixing. Recommend not putting them together. Mix the eggs first, then dump the cheese in. Don't do what I just did. It's a terrible idea what I just did. As you can tell, this is already going incredibly poorly for me. So just don't do that. Boom, add 1 extra yolk. And then whisk that together without spilling it all over the countertop. I'm going to struggle with this step. This is going to be the hardest step for me. Also, make sure not to burn the shit out of your hot dogs while you're talking to the camera like I just did. Don't do that either, because that's also a no-go. And keep an eye on your noodles, because now those are being dehydrated down to nothingness. Really don't, just cook better than me. That's the whole process. Just don't be as bad as me, and you'll be fine. So this is hard. I know it's gonna spill everywhere. I'm really determined to not let it spill everywhere, but like it's looking rough. Oh, maybe not. Maybe. We might be somewhere, people. Scoop some cheese into that. Definitely should have mixed that more before I scooped cheese into it. Oh, this is becoming like a thick paste. This is... Boy, oh boy, is this a disaster. It'll probably taste delicious, though. It'll be about what it's supposed to be. Now, I know what you're thinking, Chris. Why didn't you make this once before filming yourself making this, instead of just making up an idea and then rolling with it? But you're not my mom, and you'll never be my mom, so you can never really tell me what to do. So I'm just going to keep doing it, all right? We're already here. We're past that point of me underthinking what I'm doing. But, you know, this looks fine. I'm going to say throw a little bit more butter in at the end, because it doesn't look like enough oil in there. Just like a little bit more butter. Toss it in. Then wash your hands as your roommate still stands in the distance and laughs at you. All right. So you just bloop. You got the nudes in there. Scoop the poop. Shift the noodles around. Get all that nice grease on the nudes. This is going to be way too hot. I'm telling you right now. Way too hot to pour the other thing in. It's probably going to coagulate, actually. 100% going to coagulate. We're just going to Who knows? Maybe this is going to be such a failure, I never post it. There's a 50% chance of that happening at this point. And then you just kind of... It's way too much sauce. It's not even close to enough noodles to sauce ratio. Look at that pool. Oh, God, it's spilling on the stovetop. It's currently burnt. It's cooking. The eggs are cooking, people. This is becoming an omelet and not a sauce. Not even remotely a sauce. Just spilling. So what we have now is this gelatinous blob of uncooked egg and cheese. That's probably not safe to eat, but I mean, is there a difference between that and carbonara? I don't know. Probably not. Am I Italian? A little bit. But yeah, let's just eat this and just find out. So you just missed the most exciting thing ever. That pepper wouldn't open. I slammed it with a hammer a couple times and it opened. Now, I don't know if you know this about carbonara, but it requires a load of pepper, and I just completely forgot about pepper being in that dish. I'm just going to film Cole's face.
Smack that pepper. Yeah, you want to...
We'll be right back. So as you may or may not know, all Italian things must contain some green shit, some red shit, and some white shit. So the red shit's the hot dog bits. The green shit is just this random-ass parsley that I just pulled out of the fridge that I'm just going to throw on there for some nice garnish to make it look all pretty. The white shit is the noodle, but also there's more cheese over here. All right, let's see if this is not complete and utter garbage. It looks really pretty. You serve this to any drunk college kid, and they'd be impressed. So...
What is that not true for?
That is true. You give a drunk college kid anything, they're pretty happy. Because it's food, and they don't have money. But this is pretty good, actually. Would it be better with bacon? Yes. Does bacon cost a lot more money than this? Yes. Am I currently choking slightly on a hot dog? Also, yes. The timing of that was beautiful. I spilt it on my shirt, as always. Hope you guys like this video. If you did, subscribe for more content. Drop a like. Like that face. Why not? Over here also, there'll be a little subscribe button later. You know the drill.
Ding,
See you
ding,
next
ding,
time.
ding, ding.
Click the video on the top for the next video. Click the video on the bottom for the previous video. Click the video in the middle for the video that YouTube thinks is best for you, and click the circular channel icon to subscribe.